All right, man. Let's talk about Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is facing a 4-game suspension for recruiting violations. A lot of people said that he was trying to dip out and go to Denver and leave Michigan. I think that's just a tactic for Jim Harbaugh to continue to get more and more money out the University of Michigan. He too old to be wanting to move around, the United States. And college football provides a job security that is hard for the NFL to provide. You know what I'm saying? But sources say Michigan Jim Harbaugh and NCAA working towards a 4-game suspension over recruiting investigation. Okay. And what's so funny is it's funny how they pick and choose who they want to pick recruiting violations for. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a lot of controversy around there's been a lot of controversy around Coach Krzyzewski for years, and they let him get away with it. So I don't really pay that shit no attention. Excuse my language. But Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh and NCAA are working towards a negotiating resolution that expected to see him suspended 4 games this season and penalties stemming from alleged false statements he originally made to investigators. Sources tell Yahoo Sports the agreement's initial version of a negotiating resolution is not yet finalized. The resolution must now be approved by the NCAA Committee on Infractions. Could take several days, if not weeks. The committee has authority to adjust penalties. So could give him more, could give him less, more likely more. Michigan's first 4 games, uh, home games, with 3 against teams from the group of 5: East Carolina, UNLV, Bowling Green on September 23rd. Michigan hosts Rutgers. The team finished 4-8 last year. The Wolverines, who returned several key major pieces from a team that finished 13-1 the season ago, are expected to begin the year inside the top 5 of the preseason rankings. Harbaugh's impending suspension is centered on an NCAA investigation to recruiting violations committed by he and the Wolverines staff members. NCAA enforcement staff alleges that Harbaugh was dishonest about recruiting violations in his initial meeting with investigators. A quick resolution broke down in January after Harbaugh refused to admit that he lied to NCAA staff. The 59-year-old coach has maintained he didn't recall the events when first speaking with investigators, but that he never purposely was dishonest. Universities that immediately respond when asked for a comment. Previous Harbaugh staff members did not escape unscathed. Former defensive coordinator Mike McDonald, now defensive coordinator for Harbaugh's brothers, John at Baltimore, is expected to receive a 1-year show cause penalty. Show cause penalty make it more difficult for coaches to land jobs in college athletics. He back in the NFL, he don't care. 2 current Michigan assistants are also expected to receive sanctions. Offensive coordinator Sharon Moore, coordinator Sharon Moore, tight ends coach Grant Newsom. For Harbaugh, the negotiation resolution is signal that the coach acknowledged some sort of dishonesty. NCAA considered lying to investigators at level 1 violation, the most serious on the organization scale. Level 1 violation carries 6-game suspension and significant recruiting restrictions according to the NCAA statutes. Harbaugh alleged initial cover-up was worse than the crime itself from the NCAA's perspective. In a notice of allegations sent to Michigan last year, the associations cited 4 level 2 violations, including meeting with 2 recruits during COVID-19 dead period, texting recruit outside the allowable time periods, having analysts perform on the field, coaching duties during practice, and having coaches watching players work out via Zoom. I mean, some of these like penalties are just super duper anal, bro. And they pick and choose. And Michigan get away with a lot, trust me. And I say that first. They get away with a lot, but the NCAA picks and choose who they want to deliver, who they want to drop the hammer on, and we all know it. We all know what Nick Saban been doing down there. A lot of them teams been doing down there. NCAA is full of shit, and we all know it. And we all know it. So they can say what they want to say, um, and whatever they want to do. But we all know it's bull jive. We all know it. They pick and choose, like they did Um, SMU is if SMU was um, North Carolina basketball program, if they was Michigan football, Alabama, Ohio State football program, Georgia, they wouldn't have did that to them. They wouldn't have gave them the death blow. We all know it. They all know it. They pick and choose on, they pick and choose on who to drop the hammer on. They usually do what they do in real life and drop the hammer on a small guy. Harbaugh eventually acknowledges that the program committed level 2 violations, but refused to sign any documents or publicly state that he was ever untruthful with enforcement staff. NCAA defines level 2 violations result in less than substantial or extensive recruiting, competitive, or other advantages. This further caused them systematic violations that do not amount to a lack of institutional control. Punishment are usually minor. Man, institutional control, man. Talk about the institutional structure I got to bam the small colleges and give the bigger institutions a pass. I'm trying to hear that. However, line to investigation started to be a much more serious matter. A resolution between NCAA and Harbaugh seemed distant a few months ago. During the two meetings in January, NCAA and Harbaugh held firm, refused to back down from their positions. NCAA said the coach lied. Coach said he merely forgot otherwise insignificant actions and then passed the result. All of it occurred during an eventful time for college football. The Wolverines lost TCU on New Year's Eve in the semifinals of the college football playoffs. It capped a 13-game win season, saw the Wolverines win the Big Ten and defeat Ohio State for the second consecutive year. Within days, Harbaugh's name emerged again from various NFL coaching openings, including Denver Broncos, with whom he spoke. Then the news broke the NCAA infractions case. Harbaugh remained coy about returning to his alma mater for the ninth season. Later in January, Harbaugh and the university stated that he would be back for the 2023 season, but the looming NCAA case remained. So, I mean, it is what it is. Harbaugh just always, finessing Michigan out of more and more money. And that's, but no more money until he get over that hump. Shit, at least win a playoff game because they get destroyed. But Blake Corum probably possibly could have won the Heisman last year had he not got injured. And Donovan Evers had that big game versus Ohio State, but Ohio State still favored to win the division as well. So I mean, we just have to wait and see what happens. But hey, check out the college sports playoff playlist, or check out the college sports playoff college sports playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe button, is bell icon button. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.